Hi, everybody. It's Alexandra, the medium. I just wanted to go on today and speak a little bit about my story and what the energies are right now and what people are going through. Just a lot of people are struggling right now, not understanding what they're going through. And so I wanted to explain this in what I've gone through as an example. So I've gone through a lot. We all have in our awakening. My first awakening, of course, was like 21 years ago when my daughter was hit by a car and passed away. A lot of things happened at that time. Obviously, my heart was wide open, and I've spent many years in healing since then. When she passed, I felt like I was broken to a million pieces, and I knew I wasn't going to survive if I didn't start healing myself and dealing with my own personal pain. And so I began my journey doing rapid eye therapy, and I did prana healing for 5 years with a healer. And at that time, I worked through much of my stuff, but obviously there's so many layers that of course, I'm still working through it, as especially at these times, as we're coming into these times of karmic release. But at the time that my daughter passed, I had begun to know that I was a channel before she passed, and she knew that I could speak to the other side. And so it was natural for her when she passed to the other side to come to me. And in my own healing process, I um, had to start writing and channeling, and I do automatic writing, and that's how it began. And I wrote a book with her, and it's still maybe on Amazon. I'm not sure. Angel in Disguise, just because I'm working now on a new book. It's 21 years later, and I'm still growing and still healing. And as many of us are right now going through this ascension process, those of us that have a destiny to awaken and go through this ascension to soul, we're connecting and going through that. But some people are getting lost and confused because the energies have been so overwhelming, at least for the last year and a half. For me, I know for sure, but I know that many people are going through this. They're going through losses of jobs, relationships, security, and all of that is detaching us from the 3D reality of what we think life should be on this planet and how we should be in the world. So when it happened to me, it was a big surprise because I wasn't using my gifts. I've had the gift for many years of automatic writing, and at that time I was using them very seldom. And so I was, my mother passed away. The relationship I was in was a relationship where I could see the potential in him. He couldn't see it in me. We needed to separate and learn to love ourselves more. I had to learn to love myself and not be giving my energy away to someone who wasn't even appreciating it. And in fact, decided that they would betray me. Let's just put it that way. So I left my house. And at that time, my job, I was no longer able to create in the same way. I would try to do what I'd always done, and it wasn't working. And so I had to detach from my career and then leave the house that, I put a lot of money into the things in the house. I walked away from all that attachment. And because I knew that I had to, there was no going back to a relationship at that time that was one sided. I knew that, I loved him, but he wasn't able to do this, give me the same love back. So I had to walk away. But through that experience, I was sent to, I knew that I was supposed to go on this trip. I wasn't sent, but I got to go on this trip to Argentina and Bolivia and Peru, where I received the Munakai shaman energies, which are what I do now, and to help other people. It adds to my list of other healings that I do. And so at that time, everything changed, and I had to take this new knowledge and put it into the world and the universe. destiny, all of that was putting me in alignment with that. And that's why I began this journey. Um, but I wanted to explain to a lot of people, because a lot of people are like, why can't I get this job? And why am I not getting this money? And they want to return to, or the relationship, or they want the security of the attachments. And they may not have returned themselves to the spirit of love within their soul. And, that's what I wanted to talk about today. And there will be opportunities and tests for you along the way. How, and I've had to say it many times, I surrender to my destiny. Show me the way. Because, there's always going to be temptations along the way to sidetrack you. A job in the 3D world where you feel secure again if you've lost it all, or a relationship, or whatever it is that pulls you back into a 3D belief system and things that you expect the world to be at that time. And we are going through tests, all of us are going through those tests of letting go and surrendering to this higher vibration. And if we have to let go of those things that are lower vibration, that don't help us move into this spirit of love, then we're going backwards. And it's okay, we're going to do that. It's just like a roller coaster ride on this, because it's different levels and different lessons. Ascension is not a one day spark, you ascend. It is a process. It's a journey that we're on, and it's a journey of releasing the trauma from karma that we've had for lifetimes. And so the work that we do, and the work that I do, for myself, and then I help others do, is to release that energy, the trauma that is caught in those lifetimes of, betrayals and being the victim, and whatever it is, the karma that was created in our lifetimes, in our ancestry, and even in this lifetime. We have to go through the healing process of it, whether we're the victim or the predator. And we've been all, we've had many lifetimes. We played the game in all different roles. We've been the observer. And it's easier to forgive when you understand you've been it all. We all have the shadow. And the shadow is, played out in many lifetimes. And the shadow is showing up for us. And it shows up for us and others, and what we're seeing in the world right now. So, we're seeing a lot of shadow energy out there, and we want to place judgment on it, and we want to, but everybody's at a different vibration, a different level in their own vibration from what they've done as healing, and where they are and how they view the world. It's like why we are so separated right now, in our belief systems. And we just see that separation in the world. This is the right way, and this is God, and this is God. And everybody's got their belief system in place that keeps them stuck in the judgment. And in this judgment, we can't release. It's when we can, and through the journey of the ascension, when we become to be of service and helping others who need our help going through what they're going through. And that's why, I know I have been given my journey, and a hard journey that it has been, was so that I can help others through their journey, whether they've been the predator or the victim. I had, as I work with people, and sometimes it's both sides, I see all sorts of things with people, and that's okay, because that's where they are, and that's what they need to heal, that shadow part of themselves sometimes, and it releases a layer for them. And we're not all going to be ascending at the same time. We're all, researching and, healing ourselves from what we understand. And as we gain this awareness, we clean up our energy body, and that energy body, regains those parts of our soul that are lost. And sometimes they're lost in other lifetimes. Lifetime regressions are to go back into that lifetime and regain that fragment of your soul from where it was left. Because some people, most people are going to be coming in with, past lifetimes where their healing needs to be done. They need to go back in, and because it's where a belief system is created. Maybe they were murdered as, a witch because they were doing holistic medicine, or, it wasn't necessarily they were a witch, but at that time it wasn't accepted. So they're terrified of that belief system in this time, so it can be anything. I mean, that's just an example to kind of explain how it can be. Or if you were terrified of water and you drowned in a past lifetime, you want to go back, because wherever we lose a fragment of our soul, we need that in this ascension process. We need it, all of our soul. What we're trying to do is ascend our soul, but there can't be missing pieces. So all the healing from this lifetime and past lifetimes is done. And that's how we are, as consciousness, cleaning up the karma, because we're cleaning up our personal karma, and we help others clean up theirs. And so I just thought it's important to share, that why I always talk so much about the healing. And a lot of my readings, when I do for people, is, you need to go back and clear up this and, regain this part of your soul, because maybe they're not aware of it. But it's something that I can be aware of from my own experience, my own vibration. I can feel it in them, feel it in another if they need that. And so, that's what I'm here to do. And also to be able to, when people come to me, a lot of times they come with something that has happened to me in my past or past life. And it's a healing for me at the same time, because we go back in and help them heal that part that they're experiencing right now and regain that part of their soul. And it really is just the resurrection of the soul is what we're looking at here. Does the body come with it? Well, we don't have to die if we've resurrected everything. That's been taught, is that the body and soul will emerge. But there is, a physical death, in the sense that losing the 3D part of you, the 3D that believes that we're here to, the one who gathers most toys wins, that is not really why we're here. And so we become attached to these ideas of things and people and security and belief systems, and we get so attached to those things that at this time, those things we have to let go of, that are not what is real. What is real is this soul that has been here lifetimes, and has been stuck in this rebirth, through reincarnation. It's been stuck over and over and over again, because parts were left here, and so what we're doing is regathering those parts. Sometimes we go back to a place, and this has happened on my journey. I went to the Canary Islands, and when I got to the Canary Islands, I was amazed, because I had a reoccurring dream about this place, and I loved it, and I wanted to go there. I'm like, where is this place? And when I got to the Canary Islands, I knew that I was going there because I'd been there in a past life, but I was going to recover a part of myself that had been lost in that place. And that happens too. That's another way of recovering. Sometimes through travel, we are recovering parts of ourselves. But the biggest part I'm trying to let people know is there is going to be some loss that you're going to go through also, but there's a lot of healing that comes even in that loss. And it helps us, dig deeper into things. Sometimes when we lose a job or a belief system, this is what I'm supposed to do. My life is supposed to be a realtor, say, for me. Instead of, following that gift, which is the automatic writing and the healing and the open heart to love and help people, heal themselves. And, those are gifts that were given to me that I used it as much as I could through the work I was doing in real estate. But I feel like I didn't do it as much as I was supposed to. And we're at a time where sharing our gifts, if we know what they are and we know that we can help others and being in service to others, that is, what this ascension process is about. Is not only do we awaken ourselves and help ourselves ascend, we're helping many others. And that's the calling that the souls on this journey of ascension have right now. And so looking, having to go within sometimes comes in the letting go of what is not needed. The house, the relationship, whatever it is that you have to let go of, any attachments, the material world can keep us so stuck in, systems, and got to make this money and got to stay at this job that I hate and that is killing my soul every day, where we're probably even losing more of our soul energy at that point. And so it's like, that's why what I've gone through has led me to this, and wanting to help others, regain those parts of themselves that they need and heal those wounded parts. Ascension is like I said, it's not the blink of an eye. It happens in a blink of an eye, I suppose, to a lot of people if they have recovered all parts of their soul, but it's not, you can't have parts and trauma in other areas that haven't been healed and have your soul be at the higher vibration. And that's the message I have for today. And hanging on to your soul. There's a lot of temptation also right now. And the temptation is to keep you, it's like a test, temptation, however you want to look at it, to keep us stuck, in attachment. Say if you are, maybe you are being tested, here's this much money, but in this you give a part of your soul and you're not being authentic in who you are. Like you're doing a job that goes against your soul, you're sacrificing you're going to lose a part of yourself there, and that would block you from moving forward in your ascension. So these tests along the way on our journey, and we are learning from, the being in a situation where you lose everything is powerful in the way that you learn how to just trust and just flow. You don't, there's nothing else you can do. I guess you can be unfair and then, go insane, and you will go through fear, don't get me wrong. But if you stay there, it's not fun. I mean, I have been, in fear, in self doubt, but each step that I take and I believe a little more myself and I regain a part of myself, I heal something as it comes up, I go back and gain more of myself, and then I gain more of myself, and then in doing that, I gain more belief in myself and the trust, and I learn to love myself more, and at the same time, I find that I'm able to love others more because I'm so in touch with my feelings, and you know, it's an amazing thing to be able to share that love with people and see their authentic self and see their beauty when they can't see that, and being able to share that to others, is also a gift to me, because in loving others and seeing their value, I also see mine. And it's just a beautiful journey, but it is a journey that can be difficult. And that the energies in the last while have been really hard, because it's been a roller coaster. There's been some disconnection and reconnection of ourselves to our journey because the energies have been so tough, but we're letting go of different layers of, and sometimes when we go through this self-doubt again, then we just have to go and we find that another part of us that needs to be healed, whether it's, a mother issue or a father issue from this lifetime. We all have to heal those parts of ourselves and forgive, really forgive. And in forgiveness, we just regain that part of us that was lost, and we pull back that 10-year-old girl that was abused, or, whatever the case may be. We just have to understand that everyone on this planet is at a different consciousness and which relates really directly to our vibration. It's that amount of awareness that one has that tells, is where our vibration's at. And it doesn't matter who's at this vibration or that. It's that we look within and we open our hearts, and that we can see the beauty in you, whether we have differences and we're not at the same place, we don't have the same belief systems, doesn't matter. It only stops me from helping others if I look at them and I judge their belief system. If I love them and see where they're, try and take myself to where they're coming from, I can help them. I can help them forgive themselves. I can help them let go of their trauma. And that's the only way. And as we work as healers in this ascension process, that's what we have to do, is get rid of judgment. And I know for a long time in my life I had judgment. I mean, that was a big problem for me, judging, I'm here and they're there or whatever. And through the process of everything I've gone through, I let go of it. How can I judge? I can't judge anyone, because their experiences are leading them on their journey of awareness, and everyone's journey is, different, and people get there when they need. But all I can do is offer that love and that healing and help others, recover those parts of themselves that give them that awareness that they need. Because when they return to wholeness and they have healed, these parts of themselves, and these energies are helping, in a mass way, if people are accepting them. And sometimes when we surrender to our destiny, we know we're supposed to help more and more people. And so that's the part that I want to bring out to everyone here. Just because you're not completely, ascension, you know up there, it doesn't mean anything. You can help people along the way. You can open your heart and help them heal, even if you have differences. And just understand, everybody is where they are, but they're trying to do what they believe is best for them. And through your love and your understanding, and you come and meet them where they are, you can help them heal. And if you have the gift of healing, it's important to be at that place right now, to really be sharing it whenever you can. And some of you are going to lose jobs and lose situations in order for you to place yourself in a place where you're just raw. You've been humbled so much that you just have to be you, and none of the rest matters. All that matters is that you're being real when you're sharing, when you're healing, and you're being yourself. And that's the gift, along the path to ascension. But it is, obviously, gosh darn it, I have my nails here. Also, it's part of the journey. We are supposed to help others ascend through whatever we learn, and whatever love we can share. We help other people grow the same way. And so I just really wanted to share this message, because I have talked to a lot of clients, and they're struggling, with relationships, and they're struggling with this career thing, or money, or whatever. And when you get to that place and you're in that struggle, it's when you're being shown it's time to go look at this. Why does this keep happening to me? Why, what am I not seeing here? And you really start digging deep. I use automatic writing, and I use it with my clients who I help. But also, each of you who are watching this and you're at that desperation point, you might want to really do some meditation and connecting to spirit, so that you can dig deep. And I just wanted to share that, because I know a lot of people are suffering right now. And the holidays is really an interesting time too, because it's like everything is magnified. The losses are magnified. Why don't I have the relationship and the perfect situation here, and a perfect job, and everything, fine the way I want it to be? It's going to be magnified for people. But at those times, it's also, it's like pressurizing you into the diamond from the coal. And that's where we need to, when we're shown that, we need to go within, because there is something you're trying to see. And so take a look, take a look, because if repeating the patterns and going through the same thing over and over is saying there's a belief system, there's something there that needs to be healed and looked at. So I just wanted to share that, and say I hope everybody has a happy holiday season, and has the love that you are wanting. And but share that love also. Help those people that need your healing help, if you're a healer, help and give that love to those that need it right now, because it is a hard time for a lot of people. So I wanted to share that. And for any of you who are in this process, would feel like you'd like a reading or a healing, you can go to my website, exandrathemedium.com. I would love to help anyone who feels like they're vibrating to the same level and would like my help. All right, everyone, have a great day. And that is my message for today. Appreciate you watching.